Today we are going to start chapter 6, Human Resources. The chapter. Our earth has abundance of natural resources like water, soil, land, etc. as we have already studied in previous chapters, and these natural resources are converted to more usable form with the help of human mind, capabilities and efforts. So human as a resource is really amazing. It is the human who create energy and other usable products from these projects. So it is very important to enhance the human resource in terms of quality, because here quality is much more important than quantity, and it can be done by following ways. Education, technical and professional skills, healthy environment to carry out different tasks, balanced diet that adds to development of body, opportunities for good training, population distribution. Population distribution means the pattern of where people live. World population distribution is uneven. Places which are sparsely populated contain few people. Places which are densely populated contain many people. Sparsely populated places tend to be difficult places to live. These are usually places with hostile environments. Example, Antarctica. Places which are densely populated are habitable environments. Example, Europe. Factors affecting the population density. Let's start these factors. Start reading these factors one by one. Physical factors. Relief, shape and height of land. High density, low land which is flat. Example, Ganges Valley of India. Low density, highland that is mountainous. Example, areas rich in resources. Example, coal, oil, wood, fishing, etc. Densely populated. Example, Western Europe. Areas with few resources are to be sparsely populated. Example, the Sahel. Climate, areas with temperate climates tend to be densely populated as there is enough rain and heat to grow crops. Example, UK. Areas with extreme climates of hot and cold tend to be sparsely populated. Example, the Sahara. Human factors. Political. Countries with stable governments tend to have a high population density. Example, Singapore. Unstable countries tend to have lower population densities as people migrate. Example, Afghanistan. Social. Groups of people want to live close to each other for security. Example, USA. Other groups of people prefer to be isolated. Example, Scandinavians. Economic. Good job opportunities encourage high population densities, particularly in large cities, in MEDCs and LEDCs around the world. Limited job opportunities causes some areas to be sparsely populated. Example, Amazon rainforest. Density. Population density is a measurement of the number of people in an area. It is an average number. Population density is calculated by dividing the number of people by area. Population density is usually shown as the number of people per square kilometer. The map below is a choropleth shading map and illustrates population density. The darker the color, the greater the population density. The map above shows that world population distribution is even. Some areas have a high population density with others have a low population density. Areas of high population density tend to be located between 20° and 60° north. This area contains a large land area and a relatively temperate climate. In this map, you can see choropleth of population density change. The world's population is growing very rapidly. In 1820, the world's population reached 1 billion. In 2022, it reached 7.9 billion people. This rapid growth, the population has been called a population explosion. The major reason for population changes, whether in an individual country or for the whole world, is the change in birth and death rates. The birth rate is the number of live babies born in a year for every 1,000 people in the total population. Death rates are number of people dying per 1,000 people. When birth rates are higher than death rates, the population of an area will increase. Over the past 150 years, improvements in healthcare and sanitation around the world have led to drop in the death rate. While birth rates have dropped in MEDCs, birth rates are still high in LEDCs. Therefore, the number of people in the world has grown. Overpopulation. The rapid growth of the world's population over the past 100 years result from a difference between the rate of birth and the rate of death. The human population will increase by 1 billion in the next decade. This is like adding the whole population of China to the world's population. The growth in human population around the world affects all people through its impact on the economy and environment. The current rate of population growth is now a significant burden to human well-being. Understanding the factors which after population growth patterns can help us plan for the future. Causes of overpopulation. Until recently, birth rates and death rates were about the same, keeping the population stable. People had many children, but a large number of them died before age 5. During the Industrial Revolution, a period of history in Europe and North America, where there were great advances in sciences and technology. The success in reducing death rates was attributable to several factors. First, increase in food production and distribution, improvement in public health, water and sanitation. Medical technology, vaccines and antibiotics along with the gains in education and standards of living within many developing nations. Without these attributes present in many children's lives, they could not have survived common diseases like measles or the flu. People were able to fight and cure deadly germs that once killed them. In addition, because of the technology, people could produce more and different kinds of food. Gradually, over a period of time, these discoveries and inventions spread throughout the world, lowering death rates and improving the quality of life for most people. Fifth, migration. Migration is the movement of people in and out of an area. It changes the size of the population. Migration is of two types: emigration and immigration. Emigrants are the people who live in a country, while immigrants are those who arrive in a country. Countries like the United States of America and Australia have gained in numbers by in-migration or immigration. Sudan is an example of a country that has experienced a loss in population number due to out-migration or immigration. Consequences of overpopulation. Rapid human population growth has a variety of consequences. Population grows faster in the world's poorest countries. High fertility rates have historically been strongly correlated with poverty and high childhood mortality rates. Falling fertility rates are generally associated with improved standards of living, increased life expectancy, and lowered infant mortality. Overpopulation and poverty have long been associated with increased death and diseases. Population pyramid. A population pyramid, also called an age pyramid or age picture diagram, is a graphical illustration that shows the distribution of various age groups in a population, typically that of a country or region of the world, which forms the shape of a pyramid. Types of population pyramid. Population pyramid for 4 stages of demographic transition model. While all countries' population pyramids differ, 4 general types have been identified by the fertility and mortality rates of a country. First, stable pyramid, a population pyramid showing an unchanging pattern of fertility and mortality. Pyramid, a population pyramid typically of countries with low fertility and low mortality, very similar to its constructive pyramid. Expansive pyramid, a population pyramid that is very wide at the base, indicating high birth and death rates. Constrictive pyramid, a population pyramid that comes in at bottom. A population is generally older on average as the country has long life expectancy, a low death rate, but also a low birth rate. This pyramid is becoming more common, especially when immigrants are factored out, and is typically patterned for a very developed country. A high level of education, easy access to and incentive to use birth control, good health care, and few negative environmental factors. Here all the pyramids are given in these pictures. Use of population pyramids. Population pyramids can be used to find the number of economic dependents being supported in a particular population. Economic dependents are defined as those under 15 children who are in full-time education and therefore unable to work, and those over 65, those who have the options of being retired. In some less developed countries, children start work well before the age of 15, and in some developed countries, it is common to not start work until 30, like in North European countries, and people may work beyond the age of 65 or retire early. Therefore, the definition provides an approximation. In many countries, the government plans the economy in such a way that the working population can support these dependents. This number can be further used to calculate the dependency ratio in that population. Population pyramids can be used to observe the natural increase, birth and death rate. Thank you class. Let's meet again in the next chapter.